Man, oh man, this is so crazy. As I started to do a lot of research on World Liberty Financial, WLFI, I'm starting to see that it may be a big competitor of XRP, and this video is going to explain everything. Guys, I'm going to touch on all these points of filings, strategic vision planning for World Liberty Financial. Make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end. Quick disclaimer so I don't get booted off of YouTube or see you guys in court. This is not financial advice. This is just information. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. I'm just talking about it. But there's a lot of juicy stuff with World Liberty Financial and XRP. Guys, make sure you check out down below, get your crypto off of exchanges and put it in a safe at your home with some of these cold storage wallets down below. There are some that are very cheap, and then some that are a little expensive, but you get what you pay for, but they all work. So check out down below, guys. All right, so as I started to dig and go down the rabbit hole of World Liberty Financial, I'm getting a little more excited because I really think that World Liberty Financial is direct competitor of XRP. Yeah, I don't know why, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them file. World Liberty Financial filed basically to become a bank. Okay, so they filed. They're taking the initial steps, essentially what XRP already did, and World Liberty Financial. And this is what's crazy because I started to think about, well, how could they be supporting a big decentralized banking system, and they're brand new, but their market cap is already ridiculous, right? So we'll look at XRP's market cap, and we'll look at World Liberty Financial's market cap. And the reason that I'm discussing this is because the steps that World Liberty Financial is taking is exactly the same steps that XRP took. Now, it's all starting to make sense because of the Crypto Clarity Act that's being pushed through Congress. Now that Clarity Act is actually going to open the floodgates for XRP, and essentially would open the floodgates for World Liberty Financial. Now, I'm assuming that you have Ondo Finance, Aerodrome Finance, and a few others, and especially with Aerodrome Finance being off a base with Brian Armstrong, I think that essentially he's going to come out, he's going to come out swinging too. So what I'm seeing, guys, if we take a step back and we gather our thoughts, it looks like a bunch of banks that are ready to be built in decentralized finance, right? So if we put it in perspective, we have tons and tons of banks, right? We have the big ones, which is like Chase, JP Morgan, Bank of America, what other ones? Wells Fargo. You have a lot of like chain banks. There's just tons of banks, right? Then I step back and I look at crypto and I see XRP, World Liberty Financial, Ondo Finance, Aerodrome Finance. I wouldn't be surprised if Binance starts to build a huge decentralized finance. And if they may already have it, I'm just not big into decentralized finance until now. Literally today. Going forward is going to be massive deep dives and pretty much like research on these decentralized finance banking system, because there's something going on in the background, guys. And I think it's going to be huge. And it's going to be huge for crypto. Why would you have companies like World Liberty Finance basically applying for everything they need to become a major bank? That is what's really got my wheels spinning, is understanding that. And if we go into part 2 of this video, I'm thinking now you have ZBAC Network, right? Let's rewind. Before we even go into ZBAC Network, let's look at understanding like XRP and the stablecoin. Now we have World Liberty Financial and a USD1 stablecoin. So essentially, I think the main telltale sign is that we're going to see the decentralized finance companies with their stablecoins. But a lot of them that are already out there, they don't necessarily need their own stablecoin, but they could always use Tether or USDC or anything like that. But when you have a company like XRP and they have their own stablecoin, then you have World Liberty Financial creating their own stablecoin. So they're to me, they're becoming the big bank. They want to be the top banks, and that's how I see it coming into play. Now, the next move is not necessarily the whole world is going to fall into using crypto banks or decentralized banking systems, but I could see some partnerships that may occur with big institutions for XRP and World Liberty Financial, because it's kind of like an apprenticeship that they're going to need. They're basically going to say, hey, big banks, we need a joint venture to get this crypto stuff going. The banks are not going to like it, but I think they're going to be chokeholded or leveraged into having to do it just to get these decentralized finance off the ground. And they're going to have money opportunities. Trust me, the big bank will have money opportunities going along with, partnering up with big decentralized finance crypto companies. That's kind of what I see coming up in the future. Now, what's crazy about it is that you have like ZBAC Network already positioned to distribute USD1 token. So then I looked at, ZBAC Network, and then I looked at World Liberty Financial just to get a background of what was going on. ZBAC Network is filing for, it's got the ISO 22 file, the ISO 222. Then you have it filing to basically become a proven or, nominated entity to distribute payment processing. And now that's like number one, and teamed up, partnered with World Liberty Financial. So ZBAC Network basically said, okay, World Liberty Financial, we're going to be able to distribute your USD1 token. So to me, in the United States, that's basically what's going on, is that you have World Liberty Financial trying to basically be the representation of United States currency, the USD1, and using a payment rail system as ZBAC Network to distribute USD1. So that says that America's already setting up with World Liberty Financial to run that whole payment system with decentralized finance banking. So that essentially is really pushing me to say that, damn, this token is going to be worth some major money, period. We'll look at the market. So looking at World Liberty Financial, well, let's actually look at XRP. I'm not even concerned about the charts right now, as I am concerned about looking at the information on this side. So XRP has $82.06 billion market cap with 100 billion token supply. Okay, so we're looking at 82 billion market cap with 100 billion XRP supply, right? And we know what XRP is doing. We know what XRP is up to. So this is what I want you to take a look at. World Liberty Financial, 3 billion in market cap with 100 billion World Liberty Financial. Okay, take a look at this again. XRP, 81 billion market cap with 100 billion XRP tokens. World Liberty Financial, a new project, 3 billion in market cap with 100 billion tokens. They both have enough tokens to become that bank, right? So the price obviously isn't where it's at or where it needs to be at. But what I'm potentially telling you is that XRP needs to get into the trillions of market cap. World Liberty Financial needs to get into the hundreds of billions of market cap. And they both can be sustainable banking systems. Because how much money really is in our banking system? How much money does a bank necessarily have to market capitalization to be a bank? And it really doesn't come down to that, because the fact of the matter is, to be a bank, your biggest necessity is to have the FDIC insurance. So once you see XRP and World Liberty Financial filing for the FDIC insurance, and that's going to happen after the Clarity Act, because we can't move forward until this Clarity Act goes into play. And that's very specific for these banks, or these decentralized finance banks, to do their thing. World Liberty Financial is a fairly new project, already sitting at $3 billion. So there's $3 billion backing this company to become a big bank, and it's brand new. Okay, so that's got to get you spinning a little bit, as this may be potentially a great investment. Point blank. Very simple. So essentially, to get down to the nitty gritty of it all, I think that potentially World Liberty Financial and XRP can become basically Bank of America versus Chase. I mean, that's what I could see it being, because, you know, XRP's done a lot of work to build what it's built, but it always happens. They do the footwork, then you have projects like World Liberty Financial come in, basically establish that same footwork that XRP put in, and I'm using my words very wisely because I'm not saying copycat, but what I'm saying is they came in, XRP, they did the groundwork, but World Liberty Financial followed in suit, and they created what can potentially be the biggest decentralized banking system for the United States. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Check out down below for getting your crypto off of exchanges and getting them into a safe place in your custody. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay notified.